It's getting extremely hot in Gainesville, Florida. Billy Napier's job is on the line in 2024. And despite the schedule not going the way that they wanted it to in a make or break year for them, in a year where they'll probably have to play at least 4 straight top 10 teams in Georgia, Texas, LSU, and Ole Miss, not to mention a resurging Florida State team and a Tennessee team that they've struggled to beat at Neyland Stadium in recent years, not to mention a Kentucky team that they've had problems with since 2018, and a resurgence against Miami. There's calls for trouble in Gainesville. And for Billy Napier to keep his job, maybe a 7-8 win season would be best. But that's not the only big knock on Billy Napier. We're not going to talk about the bad things that he's done. Let's talk about some of the good. He's dominated recruiting. And none is more prime as an example than getting the #1 quarterback in the class of 2024 in DJ Lagway. Lagway is a difference maker at quarterback. When you watch his highlight reel, it reminds you so much of guys like Tim Tebow, like Cam Newton, like Lamar Jackson, like Patrick Mahomes with his escapability in the pocket and his quick release. Lagway is a guy that I think will be a difference maker for years to come if he chooses to stay in Florida. But is he going to be utilized the same? Will he play? Will he redshirt? We don't know. Let me tell you what I think they should use, though. Let's take you back to 2006 in Gainesville. Chris Leak is the starting quarterback. Then the #1 quarterback in the nation comes to Gainesville as well. What is his name? It's none other than Tim Tebow. Goes on to be one of the greatest quarterbacks in college football history. To me, he is the greatest quarterback in college football history. Regardless, going into Tebow's freshman year, he wasn't expected to play a whole lot, but there was a quarterback battle. People weren't too happy with Leak at the time. Are people happy with Graham Mertz? Yes, I think that he's a good quarterback. I think he's extremely efficient in the pocket. That's why he was one of the SEC's best in pass efficiency and passer rating. But there's also the added pressure of, do you want a guy that is not really a consistent winner? Or do you want a guy that's going to make him even better and have Chris Leak step up his game in 2006? And that's exactly what happened. For this season in 2006, Florida won the national title. Tim Tebow played excellent as a freshman. He didn't play a whole lot, but you know what? He was still a difference maker. He was a guy that came in on 3rd and 4th down, got you a first down. He ran for 8 touchdowns as a freshman in essentially garbage time. He was 22 of 33, 358, 5 scores to just 1 interception. He was fantastic during those times. When they called him on his number to get on the field, he was going to deliver. In goal line situations, in 3rd and 4th and shorts, you knew Tebow was getting the ball and he was going straight up the middle behind his offensive line. It was a perfect system, and that's what helped Florida win the national title in 2006. Will Florida use DJ Lagway the same way? I wouldn't be surprised if they did. Because Lagway has that ability to start a few games this year. If Mertz struggles, he could come in. But you know what? Maybe Mertz does succeed. Maybe he does have a good year. What do they do with Lagway? Why not just put him in on 3rd and 4th down situations? Let him go out for a pass. Line him up at tight end. Why not? Utilize him as much as possible. He could be your Swiss Army knife for the freshman year before he takes his first snap as a quarterback in 2025 as a full-time starter. Lagway is going to be used a lot, just how Tim Tebow was in 2006. Why do I say that? Because this guy has the ability to be a difference maker for Florida Gators. For fans, you better be excited for Lagway. I think he's been committed since last year. This guy is all Florida Gator. He is all green and orange. He's all about the Gators. He wants to be a Gainesville guy. He wants to be a guy that stays in Florida for a long time. Coincidence? I think so. I think this is 2006 all over again. He's not going to wear the number 15. To me, the number 15 should be retired already. But hey, that's just my opinion. Little quick word from our sponsor today over at MYBOOKIE. March Madness is coming up, ladies and gentlemen. March Madness is coming up. You've waited and watched all year as your team rose to the top or fell to the bottom. Now it's your turn to win big. MYBOOKIE. Who are they? Well, they're the industry's leading online sportsbook and casino, and it's not hard to understand why. Thousands of lines to bet on all your favorite sports. College basketball and baseball. You have NHL. You've got the NBA playoffs coming up. You got MMA, soccer. They've got all the latest odds for you, period. Just visit their mobile-friendly website today over at mybookie.ag and get your deposit matched halfway up to $1,000. Just use promo code SECU when you make your first deposit. And the best part is that they make it extremely simple with a variety of ways to deposit instantly, including credit card, bank transfer, Bitcoin, and a lot more. Whether you're at home, on the go, on your laptop, or on your phone, March Madness means madness. So you know what? Why not make some madness and get paid? Bet, win, and get paid at mybookie.ag. Must be 21 or older, not available in all states. Gambling problem, call 1-800-GAMBLER. That's 1-800-GAMBLER. So, back to DJ Lagway. Billy Napier has dealt with a guy like this before. I'm a Louisiana native. I remember watching Levi Lewis whenever he was at ULL. I don't think he's going to be like a pocket passer like Lewis was, but I do see his ability to scramble as well. I do see Lagway being able to scramble out the pocket and throw on a rope, just like Levi Lewis did. And he's got weapons around him to do it. Florida is not extremely deep offensively, but you give them time. They've got young guys that can really, really dominate. They've got guys that they can just electrify you with their speed. That's what Florida's been known for, is their speed, especially since Spurrier's fun and gun offense came along. They've been utilizing that for a long time. DJ Lagway is going to be used so much in 2024. Will it be enough to save Billy Napier's job? I don't know. Something about this tells me that it's not going to go the way that Florida wanted it to go, simply because of just the overall schedule. The way that it's going, it's not going to end up where Florida wants. I do believe Billy Napier will be fired at the end of this year. But that doesn't change the fact that I think DJ Lagway is a star in the making if he chooses to stay in Gainesville. But you know what? No matter where he goes, he's going to be a bona fide legend for years to come. This guy's 6'2", 225 pounds. No, he's got to be 230, 235. He's around that same size that Cam Newton and Tim Tebow were whenever they were at Auburn and Florida, respectively. Lagway's a guy that I think can take college football by storm in years to come. Now, do I think it's going to happen immediately? Nope. Hold your horses, Florida fans. You better be praying that this season goes well, because if it does, Lagway could stay. This might be a team that he wants to stay on. I think he likes Billy Napier. I really do. I think Billy Napier is a heck of a recruiting coach. He's learned from the best. He's learned from the Nick Sabans. He's learned from the Dabo Swinneys. He's done fantastic with them. He's had guys that are like Lagway. He's dealt with the A.J. McCarrons and the Jake Cokers and the Blake Sims. Blake Sims kind of played like Lagway as well. And obviously the Levi Lewis's, like I've mentioned already. And he's dealt with the Anthony Richardsons. So Napier's getting a guy that he can trust. He's getting a guy that he likes. He's getting a guy that I think can really make a difference for him on the offensive side of the ball. You're not going to see a lot of big numbers this year. But for the upcoming years, if Florida surrounds Lagway with the talent that he needs to be successful, you will see this Florida team go from a mid-tier level team that's barely competing in the SEC to being in Atlanta for the SEC championship for years to come.